Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. The spare signature that I had, been working on that, and as you can see, it's quite chunky. But I did get all my laces in, all my inserts in, just different things, but it's all done. I mean, I even used some of the strips of material I had for the cover in there. Just all bits and pieces. But that's where we're at. And then I started working on the cover. And I think the cover turned out really, really, really nice. I've got it pinned here because it was sitting up drying for the last of the ribbon, or the lace trim. Got it done to this part, and then it dawned on me. I had not put my closure on, and I didn't put my eyelets in for my signature. So I figured, well, I gotta do it. We've got to find some way to work this out. And I figured I'd do it on camera because I can't be the only one that does this. So let's see what we can work through here. Now I like running my ribbon through my back spine, and all I did was I did at one point, I think it's closed back up on me. Just going to take my tweezers and ease that open some, if I can, without destroying my fabric. Try just one side of the tweezers. Usually it will come up. It just takes a little bit of convincing the glue to let go enough that you can get your seam binding under. Come through this way. Seems like that one little point there doesn't want to come up some. But we're just gonna try our best to convince it. See if that will work. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab an end with my tweezers, or put it through my tweezers somehow. Well, come on. It doesn't, I'm getting fumbling here. Trying to see what I'm doing while doing it on camera. And let's try the other way then. Because I know if I just get it in between the tines on the tweezers. There we go. All right, that's one side. Let's see if we can carry it through here to the other. Grab it again. Well, it takes a bit of finagling, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it work one way or another. There we go. So I'm just gonna pull that through. Sort of get my ends even here. There. And straighten it out this way. Now, if it's not gonna lay flat, I'm really not gonna worry too much with it. And then I'm gonna come with my glue. Well, let's not do the glue yet. Let's wait on that. So that's got my closure under there. Now for my eyelets. And what I did was I went ahead and pulled some of this back while the glue was still a little forgiving, so that I can at least get to that top part there. Hopefully I pulled it back enough, but we will see. Now, is this even going to fit over there? That's the $64 question. I may have to resort to the bigger one. I don't know. But, you know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has done this. Put everything together and then, I forgot. I'll try a little bit closer here. Squeeze that through there. Just got to work it under there. All right. I got that much. Is it going to let me come back down? I don't think it's going to let me do that. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here where I should have, making sure that I've got, you know, room down here. And cross my fingers and punch. There. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. Get all the insides out. Did that go through? Okay. Now we're going to do it down here on the other side. Seeing how it's not going to go where... I can't do it up under the lace like I should have. So I'm going to sort of squish it on there. Make sure I'm in place and centered. That was not easy, but it came out. Okay. So, yes, I will have to fix that. Where's my scissors? That's okay. I'm going to cut that little bottom off because I'm going to glue that back up there. Now, I had no white eyelets, so I simply took gesso and painted them. And then I'm going to set that right in that hole. Just like that. Make sure it comes, the edges come through the other side. This is a fairly thick cover. Give it a good squeeze, and that eyelet is set. I've got quite a few different colors, but I did not have white. See where that goes. Give that a good squeeze, and there my eyelets are done. That doesn't really look that bad. But now I've got my elastic to do. And I wanted to run it under here. So we'll see how this is going to turn out. But like I said, I figured I'm not the only one that has done this. Somewhere. Oh, there's a thread. Is that? Yeah, there's my needle. And I thought I had... Yeah. I bought a needle threader, but not the usual kind. I can't get it out. It's in the bottom. Let me find my little magnet here. Oh, come on. Tell me you're not going to pick it up. Nope. Okay, we'll do it this way. I have a little small magnet on a piece of twine that's makes it easy, or supposed to make it easy, to pick things up when it will stick to the magnet. So, take this one off and take that off. And cut this about here. That should be enough. These little, what I've got this wrapped up on, I get these at Michael's. They're plastic for the embroidery thread, the little things you wind it on. And they work great. And where did I just had it. And this little piece here is a needle threader for like embroidery threads or whatever. And it's so much easier getting this stuff on with this. Because one, I can't see the wire in the regular ones. It's not gonna, doesn't want to go through. It's too thick. Okay. Not a problem. We're just gonna stick it through anyway. Because I wanted to see if I could run it down there, but I need the needle to do it. So we'll just run it on the outside. Bring this in. Get that out of the way. And then I'm going to pull it up to tie it. Go around one, go around twice. I mean, up to where I can hold on to the elastic here. You know, you almost need a third hand when doing this. Pull that tight that way. Pull it tight that way. That's going to work. Now, before I put my signature in, get this trimmed off there, that pulled. I want to make sure I have this where it needs to go. Come in with my glue. And I'm going to stick the glue, so make sure it comes out. Yeah. And I'm going to stick the glue tip under there and give it a good little squeeze. Do the same on this side. Pull that fabric, the seam binding up, sort of stick it under there. Give it a nice little squeeze. That will help hold that in place. And then turn it over. See, this is my front. Here is my chunky monkey. And find my center. Now with this one, my center ended up as a pocket. So I can put it either this side or that side. And what I want to do is I'm going to fill out, you know, which would, just having that over there makes it a lot thicker. So we'll keep it on this side. Pull that up. Put my signature in there. Making sure I haven't caught anything underneath that elastic. And for now, I'm going to leave these where they are because I'm going to give it a day or two to settle in. But see what I mean, how thick that is? And pull that around. Now, in order to hold this so that I can tie it, I simply have one of these, my little trash bucket. And I've got to be careful because remember, we have glue down there in the back. do it that way. And holding it closed while trying to tuck that in for the bow. And there. Okay, that hasn't moved. Everything looks good. Did I get it in? Yeah. And that's where it turned out. Now from here, if I want to add more embellishments to the cover, I can. The lace that I used on the cover was a gift from Charlotte over at Charlotte Peterson. Now check out her YouTube channel. And it was held by this little bow pin. She had put some beads on there. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that bow pin up here on the cover. See if I can get it to close. There. And that's all I'm going to do for now. Let everything completely dry. But that's what happens with a signature when you make too many. But yeah, could you imagine 2 of these signatures in the same thing? That would have been a disaster. Now on the back here, I had this one little piece that came up. I just remembered about that. So I'm going to come in here and get my glue started here. Just touch the glue to that where it frayed there. And then smooth it down. Now when you're working with fabric and laces and stuff, you're going to end up with a messy glue tip. It's inevitable. So make sure you're constantly cleaning your glue tip. Because I forgot, and then it got clogged, and then I had a mess trying to get it unclogged. But just because you forget about something doesn't mean you can't go in there and make it work. See, that worked just fine. The glue is still drying under there, but I can feel the slight dampness from the glue. But that'll hold it. So I got my signature in. And yes, I wanted to hide those underneath the lace and run my elastic cording underneath that. But because I forgot, it is what it is. But I don't think it looks bad at all. So if we forget, we can fix it. It's not a problem. And now I've got things hanging out all over the place. That's intentional. I just love the way it turned out. And this was left over from scraps from the last one I did, which is actually a gift, so I don't want to show it on camera. But yeah, everything that you see in here was scraps left over. So now I don't have that many scraps. I've got a little tuck space there. I've got a card in there. This little envelope has some journaling paper in there. I just folded it up. Sort of like a little secret journaling. Lace on the edge. Another journaling spot. I did leave more spaces open on this one. I love that heart trim. Now I did have the pink dyed paper, but it just seemed so bright, so I covered a lot of it up. As you can see how bright it was. A few little tags in there. This was from the cover with a little snippet there. Got another journaling card. This, I simply ripped a hole out and put another piece underneath it. And this is a sticker that I put on that one so that it would show through. More journaling space. More of the old lace there. This was an envelope that is now a little pocket. And then on here, I do have more, like little secret journaling spaces in here. It got cold last night, so my head decided it was going to stop up. And there, and then the doily I had inked up. That has one of the playing cards. That was from the faux washi. I simply fussy cut it out, and so I still have journaling space. Then I had this long piece of eyelet, and all I did was fold it over so it looks like a little hanky there. Little cards. This here is a pocket, and on each side I put little things of lace, and it's on the back of an index card. All I did was sort of collage on the top. And then here we just have another, yeah, it's just a card, but it's a journaling space. I wanted more places to write. We're at the center. This was a music sheet, and I was going to use it as 2 pockets, but it was kind of fragile, so now it's just one. Lace on there, more space to journal. More journaling space, lace. A little card here. Is that, no, that's a double card with journaling space on it. Little place to write hopes and dreams and secrets and all kinds of goodie. I found some really tiny lace that I stuck on there. You know, and you can come in here on any of this. This has a little card there. That flips out. Another card here. This was the one, this was an old button card. And you can still feel where it held 6 buttons, but it only had the grid of 4. So I just took some vellum pieces and stuck on. Because by this time, it was starting to get really chunky. And then just a little sticker on that doily. There's one of those little small cards. Places all over here. This here has another one of the playing cards with just a corner thing of lace. More space if you want to put stickers or whatever. That was a piece of the material from the cover. Journaling space. More little lace snippets that I have laying around, need to do something. This was just a little paper pad that I threw together, and I put it in there and just leave the edge showing. This has a bit of lace at the bottom. My butterfly that I had made from the Dollar Tree lay. Another little card fits in there. And see how bright the pink was? Another snippet of lace. This, I'm not sure you can tell, it was a piece of, from the, when I did the cover, and there was, I had another, just a little teeny piece of lace, went on top, and it's got, this was a little bag, and more journaling space. And it fits right in there. come around. It's another one of the cards. I had a little vellum pocket, and I offset where the lace goes. I didn't go all the way to the edge, and then I let it hang over here. Back here is just a little booklet. And then lace that I had used from, that I just had, you know, bits and pieces of it, not even a full piece of it. I put a piece there to highlight the butterfly, and that brings me to the end. So, pull out my little thing here that I had to hold it. Push that together. And then try my best to retie this. And there we go. Just a simple little journal, and it's all leftovers. It was a leftover signature. It was a piece of a leftover box. The main material underneath was what was left over from another project. The only thing I used that was not left over was the bottom lace on the front, which was what Charlotte had sent me. But everything else, yeah, scraps, pieces, leftovers, here, there. And this is what you can do with what you have left over. So, if you've enjoyed this little, what would I call it? A boo-boo fix and my little walkthrough, give me a thumbs up. I want to thank you all for coming, and I will see you next time. So, bye guys.